Let's talk about the series I thought would go one way, and it's going another. Toronto now down 0-3 to the Philadelphia 76ers. I think that the reason why, again, another key injury. Scotty Barnes in Game 1, ankle sprain. Says he's going to be back for Game 4. Then, Gary Trent Jr., non-COVID-related illness. Last night, when they played Game 3, Nick Nurse said that Gary Trent Jr. couldn't even breathe. That's bad. That's really bad. It's not being able to breathe is a key piece of living, let alone like operating at an elite level in basketball. So the series that I thought Toronto could be favored in now could be closed out in 4 or 5 games. Barnes says he's coming back, like I said, but I don't even know at this point how much that changes things. They gave up a lead. Toronto had that game. We had Drake with the cornrows. Just talking about, talking shit back and forth to Embiid. And then all of a sudden, it has to go to OT. And now you get literally almost no seconds left on the shot clock. Embiid turnaround 3. This man is Joel Embiid is 7 feet tall. Spin around, fade away from the corner 3 side step. Wet to basically seal Game 3 in overtime. Also, quickly, Doc Rivers is terrible. Terrible. Part of me thinks that the Jay Wright retirement is just saying, hey, he's open. If you don't get your shit together, we got someone, not saying he even wants to coach in the NBA, but we're saying we got options. You know what I mean? Awful stuff. I just don't really know how Toronto's can pull this off, but if anybody can do it, I think Nick Nurse can. Just tough stuff. They really should have won Game 3, and things would have been a much better series. Fourthly, let's talk Golden State, Denver. This shit bothers me. Golden State is now all of a sudden the crown prince of the West. You've got now the Devin Booker injury, and I'm like, well, Golden State only needs now to beat Memphis, which is going to be a task. First and foremost, let's not act like Denver's a good team. They don't have anyone. When the Suns swept Denver last year, the world was like, that means nothing. They don't have the guy that went nuclear in the bubble. He doesn't have an ACL right now. He's not playing. And that guy is still gone, and the other guy who was playing last year, Michael Porter Jr., has no spine right now. So he's not playing basketball. So it's a less qualified team to even measure yourself again than it was last year, which was a team that was getting shade when the Suns easily beat them in round 2. Are we serious right now? I hate this. And people are like, oh, Trysta, you just hate Golden State, so you're just not even wanting to give them any credit. You've never wanted to give them any credit. And it's like, I like Jordan Poole. Fine player. Nice little hybrid between Clay and Steph. He has a full bag of tricks. But the man, when he's not in the starting lineup, it's tough. Mentally, things degrade for him very quickly to the point where Steph Curry needs to volunteer to come off the bench in order for him and his confidence to remain high so that his play can remain high. It's like some Scottie Pippen type stuff right now. You know what I mean? And he's like in the 4th year of his career. It's not like Scottie Pippen. So let's not crown Golden State at this point. I need to see them play a real competitor. I need to see them play Memphis in order for me to believe. If you can beat Memphis, fine. I'll sit here and I'll show you my belly, and I'll say, hey, not physically, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, we're off topic. So all of that to say, it's going to be an easy series. This is not even something we really should be talking about, except for the fact that Draymond Green is that guy. Draymond Green should have won. If he could have been healthy, he would have been the runaway favorite for Defensive Player of the Year, because you're talking about a guy frustrating a 7-footer, the MVP, probably a 2-time back-to-back MVP, and he can't even get his shot off. And Draymond Green, 6'8". Mouse in the house, and is like, nope. Nope. You are going to be absolutely neutralized. So that'll be a 4-0 sweep. Don't even worry. Don't watch it. Just bet Golden State blindly. No shot Denver wins a game even at home. I just don't see it. I don't know who's going to be able to take over. You got Will the Thrill Barton fighting with DeMarcus Cousins on the sideline. You've got Monty Morris and Bones Highland having to shoulder the burden. Please. And Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers, get out of here. Memphis, Minnesota. Whew, the future of the NBA. All of a sudden, we thought Memphis could be in trouble, and then they decided to put the clamps down like they knew how. Switched everything, took Steven Adams out of the mix. Steven Adams, you need to go home right now. Sir, you can't be in here. Sir, you're a defensive liability. Karl Anthony Towns is eating you like Captain Crunch. Just So, all that to say, 3 minutes is how much playing time he ended up getting in Game 2. 25 minutes in Game 1. I would call that an adjustment. Taylor Jenkins doing the damn thing. Two bright coaches that are the future of this league. Both teams showing their deep benches. This series, I hope it goes 7. I want to see it get loud in the Target Center. I want to see Pat Beverly stand on the scorer's table again. Fun stuff. Dig in. I think maybe it was The Ringer did a whole breakdown on what Memphis did differently. I'm not going to get into it because it would take way too long. But how they decided to defend Anthony Edwards and defend Karl Anthony Towns to neutralize them is a phenomenal read. So definitely check that out. Heat and Hawks. Let's move on there. Jimmy Butler. Oh, how time can change the opinions of those around you. Remember, we were just talking about him getting into fights with his team. Him potentially being traded. Eric Spoelstra being like, what, you want me to fucking fight you? Now, Eric Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler being Jiminy Brickets. We had that. That was like literally 14 days ago. Jimmy Butler, 45 fucking points. Some from 3, some in the fourth. Jimmy in the fourth quarter? Big Face Coffee is back, folks. Had a slight hiatus, and now how the tables have changed. Now how Eric Spoelstra is just singing Jimmy. And I love Eric Spoelstra, but just the opinions we have of people just come and go with the winds, don't they? Even me, I'm not bought in. I'm going to stay firm. I am not bought in. Jimmy Butler, 45 points. How many is going to have in Game 3? How many is going to have when he's not going against the Atlanta Hawks? Please tell me this is like the Golden State Denver series. The Atlanta Hawks were what? A 9 seed, 10 seed? Get the hell out of here. I am so out on the Atlanta Hawks being anything right now, especially with no Clint Capella, John Collins with only 9 fingers out there. I'm good. Unsung hero, all the undrafted guys. You've got Duncan Robinson. You've got Gabe Vincent. And Gabe defended Trey in a way in Game 1 and Game 2 that, like, Trey shot 1 for 7 from 3. That's crazy. In the games, in the moments where Gabe guarded Trey, Trey was largely irrelevant. Trey doesn't even shoot when Gabe Vincent is on him. He's like, come over here, someone set me a screen. I need it. This guy, I don't know where he came from, Team Nigeria. That's the last time we saw Gabe Vincent ball out before this year in the Heat. I need it. Gabe Vincent. Cuffs like you read about. The man was in prison when Gabe Vincent was on him. Moving forward, Dallas versus Utah. So Luka injury still huge. Didn't play Game 1, didn't play Game 2. Might be in Game 3. Left calf strains are no joke. Luka says, I don't know if I'm going to ever be 100% this postseason. I think that's tough right now, but if I'm ready and there's no risk of aggravating the injury, I will be out there. I need to see it, but I don't want to see it at the expense of future Luka. I need skinny Luka. I need MVP Luka. I don't need, Luka getting flamed out in the second round. I don't need that whatsoever. Against what? The Suns? No, sir. No, sir. Series now 1-1. Jalen Brunson's that guy. I've been telling y'all, he's like one of the only floor generals out there. He's one of the only guys who can score, facilitate, set the table, have poise, be able to get last-second buckets, footwork in the paint, getting guys kicking out, getting guys involved. God, I love basketball. God, I love basketball. As a very quick aside, I just got excited thinking about a DM I got last night. Got a DM last night. It's going to sound random, but they said, listening to the Heat Check in this league reignited my love for basketball, and I now work for the NBA. That shit is fire! I love basketball. I hope you guys do too. This series is going to be really important. It's going to be really important for, not Dallas, it's going to be phenomenally important for Utah. Utah needs to win this. I don't want them to, but they need to. If they don't, this thing, like I've said many times, it's time for TNT. You know, you blow it up, you start again. Donovan Mitchell, he's got to go somewhere else. I'm not even sure he wants to shoot threes anymore. He needs to take over. I tell you what, if they can't get this shit together, man, we'll see. Luka's not going to rush it. Step by step. I think he'll be ready game 5, game 6. But it seems like the Mavericks, with their defensive intensity, their identity, obviously Jalen Brunson getting Reggie Bullock involved, getting Spencer Dinwiddie involved. Dinwiddie's got to hit his free throws down the stretch, but that's a whole nother story. Dwight Powell being there. Rudy Gobert showing that he's a one-dimensional defender, can't defend on the perimeter, just like last year against the Clippers. All really fascinating stuff to watch when they play tonight.